What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Roger Report. The sports world never sleeps, and the news cycle is absolutely buzzing today with updates that you need to know. We're diving headfirst into the biggest stories shaping the landscape right now, from gridiron battles to player potentials. Get ready for some unmissable insights as we break down everything you need to stay ahead of the game. You won't want to miss a second of this. First up, a major shakeup in the quarterback room of a storied franchise is making waves, with a rookie making a surprising climb up the depth chart. Could this signal a new era on the horizon? We've got the details on how this young talent is already turning heads and challenging the established order. Then, we're previewing a full season for a team facing a gauntlet of tough opponents, highlighting key players and critical storylines that will define their success. What are the 5 biggest factors to watch as they kick off their campaign? Stick around to find out. Next, we're dissecting a bold depth chart decision that has put a veteran star on notice and signaled a potential shift in the team's future. What does this move mean for the immediate outlook and the long-term vision? We'll break it all down. And finally, we're getting a first look at the official depth chart for a team gearing up for Week 1, revealing who's leading the charge at the most crucial position. Who's got the starting nod, and what does it mean for the season ahead? We've got all the angles covered. You do not want to miss this episode, so make sure you're locked in. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let's get into it. Rookie quarterback ascends to backup role. A significant development has occurred within the New York Giants quarterback depth chart, with rookie Jaxson Dart officially named the backup behind veteran Russell Wilson for Week 1. This decision comes after an impressive preseason performance that saw Dart outperform expectations and veteran Jameis Winston. The Giants' commitment to Wilson as the starter signals a belief in his ability to lead the team, despite his recent struggles with previous franchises. Wilson, a former Super Bowl champion with the Seattle Seahawks, brings a wealth of experience and a reputation for deep ball accuracy and leadership. However, his career has seen a decline in recent years, with stints in Denver and Pittsburgh yielding mixed results. His performance last season with the Steelers, where he threw for 2,482 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions in 11 games, indicates he is still capable, but perhaps not at his previous elite level. He is currently a late-round pick in fantasy drafts, offering potential value if he can recapture his form. The competition for the backup role was initially thought to be between Dart and Winston. Winston, a former Pro Bowl quarterback, possesses a strong arm and leadership qualities, but has also been plagued by a high interception rate throughout his career. While he showed flashes during the preseason with 219 passing yards and 2 touchdowns, his inconsistency and turnover issues have relegated him to the QB3 spot. This makes him a low-priority fantasy option, unlikely to see significant playing time unless injuries or trades occur. Jaxson Dart, however, has emerged as the intriguing wildcard. Selected 25th overall in the 2025 NFL Draft after a stellar collegiate career at Ole Miss, Dart offers a dual-threat capability and a physically gifted arm. His preseason statistics, 372 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions, along with 52 rushing yards and a touchdown, demonstrate his potential. While his NFL experience and decision-making skills are still developing, the Giants' decision to elevate him to QB2 indicates their confidence in his immediate readiness. This move suggests that Dart could see playing time sooner rather than later, potentially becoming the starter if Wilson falters, or if the team decides to transition to a younger, more dynamic option. His connection with emerging star receiver Malik Nabers could also be a key factor in his development and fantasy upside. The impact of this depth chart decision resonates particularly within the fantasy football community, where Dart is now viewed as a high-upside stash. His potential to take over as the starter, coupled with his dual-threat ability, makes him an attractive late-round target. Analysts and fans are closely watching his progression, anticipating whether he can seize the starting role and deliver fantasy points. But how does this quarterback shakeup fit into the broader picture of the Giants' upcoming season? We'll dive into that and more as we preview their challenging schedule and key storylines. Giants brace for tough schedule with new-look roster. The New York Giants are embarking on the 2025 season with a revamped roster and a daunting schedule that will test their mettle from day one. The team's ability to improve upon last season's dismal 3-14 record hinges on whether the significant changes made on both offense and defense can translate into more wins and a more competitive team. The opening stretch of the season is particularly brutal, featuring divisional road games against the Commanders and Cowboys, followed by a home opener against the formidable Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. 10 of their 17 games are against playoff teams from the previous season, including 2 matchups against the defending NFC champion Philadelphia Eagles. Even a struggling Dallas Cowboys team has had the Giants' number, having won the last 8 consecutive meetings. At the heart of the Giants' offensive hopes is veteran quarterback Russell Wilson. The 36-year-old, who found success with the Seattle Seahawks, is looking to revitalize his career in New York. Head coach Brian Daboll's scheme, which often utilizes 3 wide receivers, is seen as a potential fit for Wilson's strengths, offering a better environment than his recent stints in Denver and Pittsburgh. The success of this partnership, however, is heavily reliant on the developing chemistry with sophomore receiver Malik Nabers. Nabers, who set a franchise record with 109 receptions for 1,204 yards and 7 touchdowns last season, has expressed confidence in Wilson's ability to elevate the offense. He highlighted Wilson's understanding of the game and his precision in distributing the ball, which makes the receiver's job easier. Despite this optimism, Wilson's leash may be short, especially with the promising performance of rookie quarterback Jaxson Dart, who has already secured the backup role. If Wilson struggles, the team might turn to Dart, potentially saving the jobs of Daboll and general manager Joe Scone. On the defensive side, the Giants boast a potentially dominant pass rush, a hallmark of their past successful teams. The addition of rookie Abdul, a highly touted edge rusher, alongside established talents like Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeaux, creates a formidable front seven. Carter's versatility, able to play as a defensive end or outside linebacker, adds complexity to opposing offenses. Combined with a strong interior presence led by tackle Dexter Lawrence, the Giants' defensive line could be one of the league's best. Reinforcements in the secondary, including cornerback Paulson Adebo and safety Jevon Holland, further bolster this unit. A strong defense could keep the Giants competitive in games, taking pressure off the offense, but significant questions remain about the offensive playmakers and the offensive line. Beyond Nabers, the Giants' receiving core lacks proven depth, with players like Wan'Dale Robinson and Darius Slayton needing to step up. The running game also faces questions. If opposing defenses can focus their attention on Nabers without significant threats elsewhere, the offense could struggle regardless of who is under center. The offensive line remains a major concern, with the team's investment in the unit appearing minimal. The success of the line largely depends on the health of left tackle Andrew Thomas, who missed significant time in 2024. The interior line features Greg Van Roten at right guard, John Runyon Jr. At left guard, Jermaine Illuminor at right tackle, and John Michael Schmitz Jr. At center, with little competition for these spots. As the Giants navigate this challenging season, one player's emergence is already creating a buzz. We'll explore how this rookie's rise is putting pressure on the veteran starter. Rookie QB's rise puts veteran on notice. New York Giants rookie quarterback Jaxson Dart has made a significant leap, officially being named the team's QB2 for Week 1, placing him directly behind veteran starter Russell Wilson. This development signals a potential shift in the team's long-term quarterback strategy sooner than initially anticipated. When the Giants signed both Wilson, a celebrated former Seahawks star, and veteran Jameis Winston in the offseason, the expectation was that Dart would spend his rookie year developing behind established signal callers. However, Dart's performance throughout training camp, and more notably the preseason, has forced the team's hand. Dart's preseason numbers are eye-catching. He completed 68.1% of his passes for 372 yards, threw 3 touchdowns without a single interception, and posted an impressive passer rating of 113.1 across 3 games. He also added a rushing touchdown, showcasing his dual-threat capabilities. This performance has not only solidified his position on the depth chart, ahead of Winston, but has also ignited an unexpected quarterback controversy heading into the regular season. Giants fans, weary from years of inconsistent quarterback play, particularly following the struggles of first-round bust Daniel Jones, are eager to see signs of a stable, promising future at the position. Dart's preseason success has provided that glimmer of hope. This situation puts considerable pressure on Russell Wilson, the 36-year-old 10-time Pro Bowler. Wilson is entering a critical season, with both head coach Brian Daboll and general manager Joe Schoen reportedly having their jobs on the line. If the Giants falter, especially if Wilson's performance is subpar, the team may be compelled to turn to Dart to inject energy and provide a potential spark for the future. This move could be seen as a last-ditch effort to salvage the season and perhaps the jobs of the current coaching and management staff. Dart's rapid ascent suggests he is ready for a bigger role, and the Giants may not hesitate to utilize him if the team's trajectory points towards another losing season. Jameis Winston, despite being a veteran with a Pro Bowl selection to his name, has been relegated to QB3. His preseason stats, while not terrible, were not enough to overtake the dynamic rookie. Winston's career has been marked by flashes of brilliance alongside a propensity for turnovers, making him a less desirable option for a team looking to establish stability. His fantasy value is minimal, and his chances of seeing significant playing time are slim unless multiple injuries occur. The Giants' decision to name Dart as the backup is a clear signal of his potential and the team's belief in his ability to contribute sooner rather than later. It sets the stage for an intriguing season where the starting quarterback position could be fluid, depending on performance and the team's overall success. This quarterback shift is just one piece of the puzzle for the Giants' upcoming season. We'll now look at the broader team preview, focusing on key players and the challenges they face. Giants Week 1 depth chart, rookie QB earns backup role. The New York Giants have officially released their unofficial depth chart for Week 1, confirming that rookie first-round pick Jaxson Dart will serve as the backup quarterback behind veteran starter Russell Wilson. Dart, selected 25th overall in the 2025 NFL Draft out of Ole Miss, has leapfrogged seasoned veteran Jameis Winston for the QB2 position following a highly promising preseason and training camp. The Giants, who kick off their regular season on Sunday against the Washington Commanders on the road, are looking to put a tumultuous 2024 season behind them. Last season, the Giants struggled mightily at the quarterback position, ultimately finishing with a 3-14 record. Head coach Brian Daboll and general manager Joe Schoen made changes after benching and eventually moving on from Daniel Jones in November. The subsequent attempts to find stability with quarterbacks Tommy DeVito, Drew Lock, and Tim Boyle proved unsuccessful, as the team lost 11 of its final 12 games. In response, the Giants signed Wilson, a 36-year-old former Seahawks star entering his third team in 3 seasons, and Winston, a 31-year-old former Pro Bowler, to different roles in the offseason. Daboll has publicly committed to Wilson as the Week 1 starter, a decision that carries significant weight as both Daboll and Schoen are believed to be on the hot seat this season. Dart's preseason performance was a key factor in his rapid ascent. The 22-year-old completed 32 of 47 passes for 372 yards, threw 3 touchdowns, and did not record any interceptions. He also added a rushing touchdown against the New York Jets, generating considerable optimism around a position that was a major weakness in 2024. His dual-threat ability and poise under pressure have impressed the coaching staff, leading to his elevated status on the depth chart. While Wilson is the starter, Dart's presence as the primary backup means he is just one injury or one poor performance away from potentially taking the field. The Giants' challenging schedule, which includes numerous games against playoff-caliber teams, could put pressure on Wilson to perform immediately. If the team struggles, especially in the early weeks, the decision to turn to Dart could be made swiftly. This depth chart announcement is a significant indicator of the team's confidence in Dart's readiness and his potential role in the franchise's future. The inclusion of game lines for the upcoming NFL week such as the Giants being +6 against Washington, offers a snapshot of market expectations for the team's performance. However, the focus remains on the internal dynamics of the roster, particularly at the quarterback position, where Dart's emergence is the most compelling storyline. Dart's rise is a significant development for the Giants' quarterback room. Now, let's look at how this situation could impact the team's overall season outlook. That's a wrap on today's action-packed report. We saw rookie Jaxson Dart named backup QB for the Giants. A tough road ahead for the Giants with a challenging schedule, Dart's rise putting Russell Wilson on notice, and the official Week 1 depth chart confirming Dart's new role. Don't miss a single update. Hit that like button, subscribe to the Roger Report, ring the notification bell, drop a comment with your thoughts, and follow us on all social media platforms for more exclusive content. We'll see you next time.